Rui de Pina. Rui or Rui de Pina 1440–1522 was a Portuguese chronicler. Biography. Rui or Rui de Pina was a native of Garda. He acted as secretary of the embassy sent by King John Roman II of Portugal to Castile in the spring of 1482, and in the following September returned there as sole envoy. He was present at the execution of Fernando Roman II, Duke of Braganza, at Evora in 1483, and in 1484 went to Rome as secretary of an embassy to Pope Innocent Roman VIII. Upon his return, King charged him to write a history of his reign, and gave him a pension for his support. Following the return of Christopher Columbus from his first voyage in 1493, Pina was one of the commissaries dispatched to Barcelona by John Roman II to negotiate with the Catholic sovereigns respecting the limits of their respective jurisdictions that would culminate in the Treaty of Tordesillas in 1494. In September 1495, he attested the will of John Roman II in his capacity as a notary public, and on 25 October of the same year he was present at his master's death at Alvar and opened and read his testament. The new king, Manuel I, confirmed his pension and in 1497 appointed him High Chronicler Chronistomor of the kingdom, keeper of the archives of Torre do Tombo, and royal librarian, with a suitable salary. By 1504 Rui de Pina had completed his Chronicles of Afonso V and John Roman II. In 1521, King John Roman III charged him with a history of his father, Manuel, and at his death Pina had carried it down to the capture of Azemar, as we know from Damião de Gois, who used it in preparing his own chronicle of that monarch. Chronicles. It is probable that the chronicles of the early kings of Portugal from Sancho I to Afonso Roman IV, which were published under Pina's name in the 18th century, were written by Fernão Lopes and edited by Pina, while that of King Duarte seems to have been the joint production of Lopes and Gomes Eames de Zurara, with Pina again as the editor only. Pina was a favorite of fortune during his life, for, apart from royal benefactions, he received presents from public men who wished to figure well in his books, and after his death he obtained the credit for work that was not his. His authority as an historian is considerable, and his frankness is said to have provoked remark from contemporaries. Pina's Chronicle of King Afonso Roman IV was first published in Lisbon in 1853, those of King Duarte and King Afonso V in Val. I have the Colcão de Livros Inéditos da História Portuguesa Lisbon, 1790, and his Chronicle of John Roman II in Val. Roman II of the same collection Lisbon, 1792. Rui de Pina was immensely influential in his day. Afonso de Albuquerque, governor of Portuguese India, is said to have sent a set of jewels to Rui de Pina, in an effort to ensure that he would not be overlooked in his chronicles. The introduction to the Chronicle of King Duarte contains the fullest account of Pina's life. List of works. Royal Chronicles. By chronological order of reigns. Afonso I 1139–1185 skipped by Rui de Pina, done by Duarte Galvão. Sancho I 1185–1211 Crónica do Muito Alto e Muito Esclarecido Príncipe de Sancho I Segundo Rei de Portugal, first published 1727, Miguel Lopes Ferreira editor, Lisbon Ferreiriana. Online. Afonso Roman II 1211–1223 Crónica do Muito Alto e Muito Esclarecido Príncipe de Afonso Roman II, Terceiro Rei de Portugal, first published 1727, Miguel Lopes Ferreira editor, Lisbon, Ferreiriana Online. Sancho Roman II 1223–1248 Crónica do Muito Alto e Muito Esclarecido, Príncipe de Sancho Roman II, Quarto Rei de Portugal, first published 1728, Miguel Lopes Ferreira editor, Lisbon Ferreriana. Online. Afonso Roman 3 1248 1279 Cronica do Muito Alto e Muito Esclarecido Príncipe de Afonso Roman 3 Quinto Rei de Portugal. First published 1728. Miguel Lopes Ferreira editor, Lisbon Ferreriana. Online ***. Denis 1279 1325 Cronica do Muito Alto e Muito Esclarecido Príncipe de Denis, Sexto Rei de Portugal. First published 1729. Miguel Lopes Ferreira editor, Lisbon Ferreriana. Online. Afonso Roman 4 1325 1357 Cronica de El Rei Dom Afonso o Quarto do Nome, Sétimo dos Reis de Portugal, assim como Adexo Escrita Rui de Pina, Guardador da Torre do Tombo, and Cronista Mor do Mesmo Reino, first published 1653, Pedro de Maris, editor, Lisbon, Paulo Crispeak. Online. Peter I 1357-1367 skipped by Rui de Pina, done by Fernão Lopes. Ferdinand I 1357-1367 skipped by Rui de Pina, done by Fernão Lopes. John I 1385-1433 skipped by Rui de Pina, done by Fernão Lopes up to 1411, by Gomes Eanes de Zurara from 1412. Edward 1433-1438 Cronica del Rei de Duarte, first published 1790 in J. F. Correia da Serra, editor, Colecão de Livros Inéditos de História Portuguesa. Lisbon, Academia das Ciências de Lisboa, Vol. 1. Repper. In 1901 edition. Gabriel Pereira, editor, Lisbon Escritorio Online. Afonso v. 1438-14781 Cronica del Rei de Afonso v. First published 1790 in J. F. Correia da Serra, editor, Colecão de Livros Inéditos de História Portuguesa. Lisbon, Academia das Ciências de Lisboa, Vol. 1. Repper. In 1901 edition, 3 vols Gabriel Pereira, editor, Lisbon Escritorio Online. John Roman 2 1481-1495 Cronica del Rei de João Roman 2, first published 1792 in J. F. Correia da Serra, editor, Colecão de Livros Inéditos de História Portuguesa. Lisbon, Academia das Ciências de Lisboa, Vol. 2. Manuel I 1495-1521 begun by Rui de Pina, left incomplete, done by Damião de Góis.